Hi, I'm Christine, and I'm going to show you my first design team project for the Piece by Piece. And this is the project. I've been doing a lot of altered books lately, so I decided to do an altered journal for my project. Now, when I'm doing altered books for myself, they usually get a little involved. It's basically a time when I like to experiment a little bit. Like, I like to add drawers to the book, or make things interactive, like make holes. You know, here in my Halloween book, I made a spot for candy or, you know, little scary things. And then here I was experimenting with, usually I glue the pages together, or I didn't want to wait for the glue to dry, so I thought, okay, well, what if I punched holes and I did, like, you know, bound the pages together using string in the crisscross pattern kind of a thing. So that's what I did with that one. Another thing I like to do is play with some of my mixed media products. Like here you can see I did like mists and stenciling and paste, modeling paste, that kind of thing, and playing with making little see-through openings and just little fun things like that. So I thought, well, this is what I'm going to do for my project this month. I'm going to make a simple journal, keep it simple, something you can do for the holidays, something people can make for a gift that would be quick and easy. And so I thought, well, I could do just a pretty cover with all the nice trims and laces from the Piece by Piece. And then for the inside, just do something really simple, like some really simple cardstock pages for journaling. So here's a class that I do that's more complicated on the front because we do the technique with making our own faux lace. But on the inside is just plain paper for journaling. And, you know, when I, you know, rough up the edges and stuff. So that was the idea behind that's what was my original idea. It was simple on the inside and pretty on the outside. So I got started making my book by, I just gutted the inside of the book. Now I get these books at the dollar store because I want it to do simple, and so simple would be not having to cover it with paper, so you can choose different colors. Like this is the nice seafoam green, and there's also one that had like a mauve colored, so I really wouldn't have to do anything to it, just maybe cover up the spine with some paper to cover the title, and that would be it. But actually sometimes you can find books that might work with the project you're doing. Like for instance, my Halloween book, I wanted a black book and I saw this one. It said MJ Rose the Hypnotist, so I thought, okay, well, that'll work for my Halloween book. This little skeleton will just be the hypnotist. So, and I added some roses. So anyway, so sometimes you don't even have to cover the spine. But anyway, in this case, this one said something about spooky, so I wanted to cover it. I didn't want a spooky journal, so I covered that up. And I just got started by using some millinery netting that came in my kit. This is from the Piece by Piece, and it comes in white, cream, and black. And I'll have links to all these products on the bottom. So I just put that on the cover, and I trapped the ends into the paper spine. And then I got this, I added this, what is this called, Venice yoke to the cover. I just attached that with some fabric glue. Now, I always coffee dye or tea stain my lace. I just love doing that, but again, I was going with the theme of simple, quick and easy, so I refrained from coloring it, which was really hard to do, but instead I just did a little bit of distressing with my ink pad and my foam blending tool, and then I just did some on the edges of the book as well. So I attached that pretty Venice yoke on there, and then I took some of this satin scallop edge trim that came in our kits, and this Piece by Piece carries this in a lot of different colors, like I know yellow, pink, this blue, and then I just made a flower out of it. So I just you know, kind of folded it over a little bit here and glued it, and then I just went around and went up, tucked it on the bottom like that, and you can make a little flower out of those. So, I mean, something like that, we're just going twice around. That's a nice little size flower. You just put a little insert on the middle, and then you can make several from a yard. But I wanted to have a large flower, so I went around loosely, and I just used the whole trim, and I made this large flower. So I glued that flower onto the book, and then I used one of these really pretty flat back pearl rhinestones for the center, and these are so pretty. They come 3 to a package in the store, and you can choose the different, she has different colors for the pearl centers, I think like pink and blue and white. But anyway, they make great little centers for flowers and stuff. I love the way they sparkle. So that was my quick and easy cover. So simple. I can't believe how fast that was. So then I thought, okay, well, now I just have to make the inside, and my intention was I folded all these papers up and was going to stick them inside of my inside the book. So, you know, after I had gutted it, I was just going to just stick it inside here, and I'd punch holes in here and punch holes in there, and then just, you know, tie it the way I did with my lace journal class. You know, so how there's plain papers, and then on the outside it's bound like that. So that's what I was going to do with this, but you know, I'd already done that so many times. I wanted to try something different. I always like to experiment a little bit. So I thought, well, what else can I do? And then I thought, well, you know, I've always wanted to, this has been on my list of things that I wanted to try, which is making, kind of replicating the binding system on these old vintage photo albums. I just love these things, and I collect them. And so I thought, well, I'm going to try to do that on this book. So if you want to do a quick and easy project, just make your pretty cover and then fold up your pages and stick them in, and you're done. Or you can go further like I did and get out some chipboard and your die cuts and some paper, pattern paper, and you know, do something else. So that's what I did on mine. Let me set this up here. See that? Anyway, so I did a little binding system, which didn't turn out as good as I wanted it to, but it was a learning experience, so I know how to make it better for next time. But anyway, I used some Melissa Francis papers, which they're still available. I think it's called Attic Treasures. So I extended that Venice yoke edge to the other side of the inside of my book, and then I just cut some mats. You can stick pictures back there. And then here I made a little pocket page, and I used some of that brown pom-pom trim. I thought I shut my phone off, but I did not. Anyway, I used some of this brown pom-pom trim she has in the store, and they come in a lot of different colors as well. So I just used some of that there. And then here I used this is a rhinestone ribbon slider. Now, I bought this one from the Piece by Piece last year, and I didn't see any round ones in the store right now, but she has rectangles and heart shapes in there. So these things are another one of my favorites. I guess I just like things that sparkle, but anyway, so I added that on there. Then for this page, I just embellished that. And this one I used a Tim Holtz die cut for the page. Now I die cut these before I bound it, obviously, because you can't fit the book through the machine. But anyway, I used the Baroque die cut, and see, I used the negative here on this side. So I took it out from here, covered it with some paper, and just stuck it in this little pocket here. And then I got some more of this millinery netting, and I just made it, used as my window for this on both, you know, one piece for both sides. This page here, I used, I made a little pocket again using I think it's called Dental Cream Trim. And again, some more of that brown pom-pom trim, and then my favorite flowers, which are the beige fabric flowers. So these are all in the store as well. So I just put a little bit of fabric glue underneath these scalloped edges of the trim, and I was able to make a little pocket there. So then on this side, it was one of my favorite papers, and I didn't really want to cover it up with mat or anything, so I just did a ribbon slide. This is the heart one, and then I had some seam binding. Then I just made a little opening to slide different things through here. And on this side, I used a Tim Holtz postage stamp die, and I covered it with some fabric from a fabric sample book, and Beverly at the Piece by Piece carries that not in the Etsy store but in the actual store location. She has lots of those, and those are fun things to have for making little projects. And she also has Tim Holtz fabric in there as well. So I added a little batting to the behind the fabric, and then now I have this little fabric memo board where I could stick pins in there. And here there's like a little safety pin there that's holding this up. And then here, like on both of these pages, since it was so simple, I just used like a damask stencil and some Viva Decor crystal gel, and I stenciled some of that on there. You can see it better on this side. You can see the damask there on that. So it's kind of cool because I really like dimension, and so doing that little fabric thing, you can see that there. And then on this page, made another fabric memo board with the postage die, and then I used this Venice leaf trim that's in the Piece by Piece store. It was the leaves were a little bit too long for my banner, so I just folded it over like that and glued it back there, and then I put some more of this pom-pom trim on top, and so made like a little banner, and added some bingo letters to there. And then for this last page, I have all these large paper doilies, so I just folded it in half and turned it into a pocket. You can slide things inside here, underneath there, and also on the inside of there. And I just cut a paper to match the circle portion, and again another one of my favorite beige fabric flowers from the Piece by Piece. And that's it. So, you know, I didn't have to do anything to the cover. I didn't have to, other than the spine. That's all I had to do was cover it with paper, because I really liked the cover, the color of it, and you know, added my papers and my not my papers, my trims and my laces and stuff. And so that was a really simple project. I mean, so if you want to do really super simple, just do something really pretty. I mean, you can do so much with these laces and trims. And then just stick plain paper inside for a journal, or if you want to make it into an album, you can do that as well. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching my video, and I will see you again next month with a new project for the Piece by Piece. Thank you.